Welcome to the Scugog Arena, Pad 2 in Port Perry. After the March break, it's time for some more hockey for the under-14 AAA Oshawa Minor Generals as they get back to their schedule now, trying to win back-to-back games against the Central Ontario Wolves and stay alive in their round robin. They're pretty much going to need to win their last 3 games, including this one, and hope for a little bit of help to be able to move on. So first task is to try and take care of Central Ontario here on this Saturday evening. Here comes Zach Naitch with the first puck, tipped away through center, and Parker Shaw is in goal for Oshawa. At the other end, it'll be Deegan in goal for Central Ontario. First shot on net is through the legs of Shaw, and it's an early 1-0 lead for Central Ontario. Number 10, Boyven is the one that picks up that goal, putting it through the legs of Parker Shaw to make it 1-0. Riley Brandt trying to pick up the puck through center. Central Ontario trying to take this back in their own end. Henzo's going back there after the loose puck in behind the goal. Takes it behind his own net. Coming around the boards, thrown to the front of the net and gets knocked down by the Wolves through center ice. Here goes the lead pass over here to the other side, as that is Brandt trying to pick it up. Over here now for Kobe Heyer. Pressured on him by Henzo. That gets swept past Medor down the ice and goes for icing. Bathgate now coming out here to take the draw. Off to the right of Parker Shaw. Here comes a chance to skate it away with Bluin. Up through center ice. Bluin had to get around the defender. Had it knocked away from him, but now swept back in. Coming back after it in his own end to pick that up. He's trying to fire this one up off the glass and back into the Oshawa end. From behind the goal goes Sterling after it now. Around the boards up here for Bartlett. Trying to tip it free. That gets knocked down at center. From their own end comes Sterling after it. Sees the pressure on and takes it behind his own goal and fires it around. Conlon Kennedy with a lead pass. That gets knocked down by Bartlett from the penalty box area and flipped in behind the net. Max Hutchings trying to be the first one in behind the goal here for Oshawa as they look for their first shot on net here. The first shot for Central Ontario made it in. That was by Boyven to make it 1-0. Behind the net goes Kennedy. Scooping it up behind his own goal now. Late pass for Hutchins went over his stick. That's also going over the stick of O'Shea as well. And going for icing. Face-off is one deep in the Oshawa end. Harder on the boards. Braden Davidson trying to get it out of his own end. Getting kept in here by Bagshaw. He'll take a hit there at the Oshawa bench area. But behind the net it goes. They're looking at in front here for Boyven. Around the boards, Nolan Lee keeping that in. That shot gets in some feet area and picked up here by Central Ontario. Taken away by Jackman, who's going to fire it around on his backhand. Kept in by O'Shea. Turnaround shot there out in front by Morse, went wide of the net. And that one will get scooped up by Shaw. Face-off now is off to the left of the Oshawa end. Trying to win the scramble draw. It's back in behind the net and scooped up by Heyer along with Bluin. Flipping it out. Not out of the zone. Right back in behind the net it goes for Emerson Davis. Harder on the boards against Brandt. Back in their own end goes Heyer after it. He's going to get followed by Medor. Harder on the boards and gets kept in at the line. Right back behind the net goes Davis after it now. He's going to get chased behind the net. Riley Brandt tried to get it there against Henzo as Medor dumps it in on his backhand. Around the boards it goes on the other side. Brandt trying to tip that. That's going down the ice. And once again, no icing on the play though. Around the boards it goes now. Trying to cut that off on the right end wall. Another chance to clear here for the Wolves as that got kept in by Kennedy and now swept away from him. From their own zone. Getting it over here to the other side and looks for some open ice through center as Fleming dumping it in all the way to the corner. Behind the net, Bathgate takes a hit, but he got some help there on the other side. Here comes a chance for Hutchings out of his own end, coming up here with 3 on the other side with Chapman leading the rush as well. Hutchings back to the line, a shot on net. Isn't going to make it through, but it's right at the side and gets swept in wide. Up on that left corner now. Coming around the boards against Hutchings against O'Shea to try and dig the puck free. Chapman gets it back to the blue line. Kennedy looks for an open lane to fire it, and he puts it over the net. Off to the left side. Trying to get it back here for Elijah LePage to hold that in. From behind the net on his backhand. He's going to backhand it away. Knocked down here and scooped up by LePage. Off the boards, it gets knocked down here by Court. And Sterling tries to get it past Court and dumps it in. Owen Dobbs after that loose puck now. Dobbs breaks on, throws it to the net, but nobody there as it goes off to the left corner. The chance here to flip it in for Zach Naish. Naish got it up over Jackman. Over for Dobbs, and O'Shea picks it back up in his own end. Dobbs picks that up, but his intended, or Davidson picked that up, but his intended dump in didn't make it. That one goes down the ice for icing. Jackman now to take the draw just off to the left of the Central Ontario goal. Dobbs shot at the shot off the draw. Right in on net, got stopped by Deegan. From the line, a shot through screen. That is going to get stopped by Deegan as well and held on to. Jackman coming in here to take the draw now. Off to the right of Deegan, who's getting set in the central goal. Central Ontario win it in their own end and clear it away. Picked up by Davis. Over here for Hire, who had some pressure on him there against Morse. As they put it behind the net, Fleming gets it, but Fleming might get stripped of it by Braden Davidson behind the net. Captain by Hire, a shot. It's not going to the goal. Right in front of the net, and that gets knocked down by Fleming on the way through. Around the boards it goes, trying to get it out was Boyven and couldn't do it. Here comes a chance. Dobbs, center of the net, and just tipped wide from the side. Kept in here by Oshawa. Behind the net it goes. Scooped up here by Davidson again. Looking at in front for Jackman. But Davidson gets away. Gets it back to the blue line. Can't shoot, so Davidson gets it again. Shot on net. Stopped there by Deegan as it's up in the air. Central Ontario get a chance to clear, but it's off in that corner though. Another chance to clear it out. Generals keep it alive and tip it back in behind their opponent's net behind the goal. Scooped up. A chance to clear, and now it's Bagshaw who's going to get that opportunity, and he gets a strong backhand away through center. Here comes a chance now. Skating in with some speed is Elijah LePage. LePage will take this from behind his own net, behind the central goal. Sets up Kennedy. Conlon Kennedy flips it behind now for Bluen. Trying to win the battle. It gets taken away by the Wolves. Not out. Good job to knock that down by Noah Lennox. But we're going to get a stoppage in play. Lennox will take the draw now just outside of the Central Ontario line. Brandt will pick it back here for LePage, who tried to dump it in. Hard around and up here through center from Medor, backhand. Tipped in deep by Scott behind the goal. Scott is going to go after his own rebound and blowing off on the side. Thrown to the net, knocked down by Kennedy. He fans on it, and that leads to a chance, but not out. Nolan Lee collided with his man on the other side, picked up by O'Shea. O'Shea is knocked down at center by Bluen, who gets a chance to try and dump it in. Skating after it there was number 94, putting it deep in the zone. Big hit in behind the net. Coming around the other side to try and get it out. Court did his job, or tried to. Knocked down, and that'll get cleared away at center. Here comes a chance now. Looking for a pass for Bathgate. He tips it off and tipped back into the Oshawa end. Zach Naish. He's going to have Court on him behind the goal as they try and dig the puck free. It comes over here to the other side. Flip back in behind the net, and here comes a chance for Naish to put it around. Trying to get Bonnyman and couldn't do it, but here comes Bartlett. Bartlett trying to break his way through and could not do it. Turnaround shot, left pad stopped there by Deegan as he pushes it off to the left corner. From behind the net, a chance to set it up for Hutchings over his stick. Back comes Court the other way. Court through center, and he'll lose it before he reaches the zone. Kobe Hire almost lost it there. Emerson Davis scoops it up, and Davis puts it back in behind the net where it gets scooped up behind the goal by Fleming. From behind his own net is Henzo with a lead pass up through center for Bathgate. Cowart is in behind and couldn't do anything with the puck. Central Ontario put it in. Knocked down by Hire before it reached the net. That was going to be offside to Central Ontario. Hinzo had to make his way back out of the zone. Nolan Lee will slap it back in. Behind the net, Parker Shaw's got control of it and leaves it behind the net. Good move there by Davis to escape away as that gets tipped out. Hinzo's racing after this puck, but so are the Generals to try and get there first, but they're going to lose that race as Jackman couldn't catch up to the puck before it crossed the line for icing. Face-off is won in the offensive end. Hinzo, shot, blocked away by Shaw. Up in the air, off to the right. Here comes a chance to win it back to the line for Hinzo. Hard around the boards with a chance to tip it out for Braden Davidson. He's got to get around Nolan Lee and couldn't do it. Hinzo was behind to get the puck. Right back in behind the Central goal now. From their own end is Hinzo with a pass knocked down by LePage. LePage gets it to the other side for Kennedy with a Lee pass and tipped in by Dobbs. The length of the ice. Back goes O'Shea after it. Right in on net. And that's going right into the catcher hand of Deegan. Face-off is off to his left. Trying to win it. It's here for Zach Nish. Taken away here for Scott now. Scott from out of his own end with a pass. Got it over here with a backhand, and it's going to make just a weak backhand on net that's going to get picked up by Parker Shaw. Scott is going to take this draw now for Central Ontario. Behind the net it goes. It comes around the other side for Brandt to try and tip it out. O'Shea held it in, but the shot went wide. Lennox trying to scoop it up now. Lennox getting up here with Brandt. Drop pass, shot. Blocked away by Deegan off to the corner. Lennox is trying to help out on the side. The Scotiabank advertisement back to the blue line of shot. Right pad stopped by Deegan. Lennox coming after it again. Noah Lennox tried to flip it there for Blow and it got cut off and sent down the ice by Bonnyman. Behind the net goes O'Shea after it now. Over here for Bonnyman, who tried to get it out of his own end. Good read there to tip it off Bagshaw as Chapman tipped it in. Or Bathgate, sorry, number 93. Here comes a pass over everybody and going down the ice for icing. Face-off now is off to the left of the Central Ontario end. Chance to clear it out here from Medora is picked off. Right on net, taken away here by Hinzo behind the goal now. Looking out in front here for a pass, and it comes over here now for Cowart. Cowart with a chance to clear it, but he got pressured on by Chapman, who took him into the boards. Behind the net goes Fleming after it now. He had pressure on there. Bathgate has a chance to clear it out of his own end. Here comes a chance now for Cowart, but he's going to run into Hire. 1-0 in favor of Central Ontario, scoring on their first shot of the game by Boyven. Shot by Hire on net. Scooped up there by Deegan, who holds on to it. Out comes Jackman now to take the draw. Off to the left of the Central goal. It's a scramble draw, trying to win it. Jackman walking out, stop. Rebound at the side, and Deegan is going to grab a hold of it. Another face-off coming off to his left. As he gets set in the goal. Back to the line for LePage. LePage isn't going to get a shot through, so he pushes it off to the side for now for Owen Dobbs. Dobbs had O'Shea on him. Here comes a chance to try and get it out with a flip up through center. Knocked down by LePage, who tries to put it in. From behind their own net goes O'Shea. After it now, takes it behind his own net. O'Shea with a lead pass up here. Trying to bring it up through center now was Morse, who loses it, and then Dobbs gets knocked down. Dobbs from his feet tried to put it in. Morse will clear it away. This is a lead pass up through center now for Bagshaw, trying to come after the puck. From behind the goal, Boyven with Bagshaw, trying to bank this out in front, and it's not going to work. Fleming, or Bonnyman, did his job to keep that in. Boyven will come over to the side, and Jackman will knock him into the boards. Flipping it in, trying to get it to himself as it's a rolling puck, but out came Deegan, but he couldn't control it. Couldn't get his glove on it to cover it up. But it's going to be another face-off coming back into the Central end anyway on that icing call. Face-off is won. Back for Zach Nash. Nash pushed it over past Brandt. Off to the corner goes Blowin. He'll take a hit. Back to the blue line. A shot through a screen. It's tipped in wide out in front of the goal. Nash is going to try and hold it in. Good job by Riley Brandt at the line to try and hold it. But here comes a chance to clear it away. Ethan Sterling from center dumps it in. Right back in behind the central net. Henzo goes behind the net and loses it. Here comes a chance to throw it up in front. Nobody there. Sterling, shot. Block it away. Rebounded it from backhand shot. Stopped there by Deegan. As the Generals are putting on pressure now to try and tie it. But Deegan standing his ground so far. Brant trying to keep it alive. Back for Zach. Nation shot. And that one is going to find the logo as well of Deegan, who holds on to it. Face off now. Just off to the left of the Central Ontario end. Max Hutchings was out there to put it around the boards. Mador takes a hit there on the other side. Kobe Higher with it, slaps it back in past Fleming. As it tips back in behind the net goes O'Shea and Hutchings. Around the left side of the net, Higher trying to hold it in. In that left corner, he puts it behind the net for Hutchings. Hutchings trying to get around Fleming behind the net. And he gets bottled into behind the boards by O'Shea. Here comes a chance now for Coert up through center. Coert flipping it past Higher. It goes behind the net for Bathgate trying to win the battle. Coert back to the blue line for Fleming. Shot on net. Trying to get through Bathgate. Couldn't get a stick on it. Still loose from the side as they throw it up in front over the stick of Mador. Now Mador takes a hit. Here's Fleming pushing it off to the side. Sorry, 18 is Howard out there from behind the net. Howard trying to cut this off. Fleming keeps it in. A shot gets blocked. Here comes the chance now. Chapman trying to get to the loose puck. The puck was too far ahead and O'Shea was able to come back nicely on defense. 25 seconds left to go here in period number 1. We're getting our first penalty coming up for hooking. Dobbs and bag shot. It takes the draw. Wins it. Harder on the boards. Blowing. Trying to get it out. Could not do it. Here comes a short-handed chance. 15 seconds left on the clock. Dobbs makes his way through. And it gets stopped there or fired wide. Not sure if Deegan got a piece of it. What a great opportunity short-handed for Oshawa there by Dobbs. He might have got another one right at the side as he knocked it down, but he couldn't get his stick on it before Deegan did. Oh, it is in the net. It's a short-handed goal. I thought Deegan stopped it. Nope. It is. It's no goal. They were congratulating Dobbs. I thought it went in, but it'll be a face-off. Stayed out. Still 1-0. Around the boards, Nash trying to get to this loose puck. So, had a little bit of confusion there at the end. Still stays at 1-0 Central Ontario, the only goal scorer. Boyven in that first period on the first shot on goal of the game as we go to the second period with the Wolves up 1-0. Here comes a chance now for Boyven after the puck. Cleared out past O'Shea down the ice. Into the corner goes Bonnyman after the loose puck. From behind his own net is Bonnyman trying to get it out of his own zone with a lead pass for O'Shea. Braden Davidson on that puck. Backhands it in. Bonnyman was right there. O'Shea scooping it up in his own end. Trying to get around the defender. Here he comes through center ice. O'Shea dumps it hard around the boards behind the net. Going hard after it was Higher behind the goal. Wrap around from the side. Trying to jam it in from the side of the net. Nobody could put it in from the left side. 50 seconds left to go now in this power play on the penalty to Chapman. That happened at the end of the first period. Generals so far have the best scoring chance out of that as Owen Dobbs had 2 of them. One of them was on a breakaway to end that first period. Here comes a chance for Jackman out of his own end. Slaps that down the ice. Back in behind the net as O'Shea or Deegan left it behind his own net. Lead chance here for Bathgate up through center. Bathgate comes over the line. He's got Court with him, but he takes a shot wide. Coming out there to cover it up was Shaw, who takes another face-off. Noah Lennox now to take the draw deep in the Oshawa end. LePage couldn't get to it along with Blowen. Walking it out from the face-off circle. It's back for Howard. For Fleming, Howard again. Howard behind the net. Howard stepping into one now. Behind the net it goes. Only 10 seconds left to go on the penalty, but Central Ontario putting the pressure on. Looking for the power play goal, but that shot from the side will get stopped by Shaw and held on to. Face-off now is off to his right as he gets set in the goal. Trying to win this draw. It's over here on the other side. LePage was over here as well. From behind the net it goes. Penalty to Chapman's over. Here comes a chance now for Howard to put it behind the net. LePage going after it on the other side. Chance to clear it out. Could not do it. Here comes a chance here for Bagshaw. Tipped off his stick. Back up the other way they come with a lead pass. And that gets brought in here by Elliott Blowen to try and get through, but Fleming stood him up. Lennox takes it behind. Lennox out in front, taken away by Hensel. Hensel with a lead pass, tipped in by Medor to himself, or Howard to himself. And then Howard takes a hit there to Blowen, as it's a big battle over there on a loose puck at the penalty box area. Comes free for Bathgate, this is going to be a penalty coming up here to Oshawa for kneeing. 4 minutes for kneeing going to Oshawa. So it's a double power play if Oshawa or Central can convert on this first two. Here comes a shot, stopped by Shaw, it goes wide. And now it gets picked up here by Bathgate, getting it back to the line. Bathgate still loose, trying to find a loose puck. Bathgate getting away from the defender, getting it back to the blue line for Bonnyman, who tries to hold it in. Over here to the side for O'Shea, who couldn't shoot it. Turnaround shot, going in wide, trying to jam it in from the side. Comes free, and fired up, and out of the arena for another face-off. Face-off now is off to the right of the Oshawa end. Won by the Central Ontario, back to the line. Over here to the side. Here comes Bathgate, a shot, firing it through the screen area. Picked up here by Bonnyman. Behind the net it goes. Looking at in front here again. Bonnyman looking to come in. Taking off his stick here on the other side, trying to get it out. Bonnyman shot going wide. Skipping out in front now. It's going to go off the back end of the netting and be a face-off. Jackman now is going to take this draw versus Bagshaw. Howard puts it back in behind the net. Braden Davidson will fire it around. This is trying to get kept in by Fleming, and he does. Fleming will push it off to the side. Here comes a chance. Back to the blue line. Fleming a shot. Way wide. Chance now from the side, but here comes a chance. Shot. And that gets gathered up by Shaw, who holds on to it. Face-off now is coming off to the right of the Oshawa end. Trying to win that draw. Gets it back to the blue line. And couldn't get it out. Coming after it there was Howard. Kept in here by Fleming. Fleming isn't going to hold that one in though as it comes out. Hensel's got to scoop it up in his own end. Hensel with that loose puck will start it in. With a lead pass up through center. Howard had a man on him. Here comes Hensel to try and flip it in. The pass for Morse was picked off and dumped back down the ice. 5 seconds left on the first 2 minutes of the kneeing penalty. Fleming from behind his own net starts this out. With a pass to the other side, he's going to look for an open lane now for Bagshaw to bring it in. Bagshaw off to the corner, back for Morse. Morse is going to get pressured on there by Jackman. Big hit there on the other side. Jackman is going to run over another one, trying to get to that loose puck and get it out. They'll start it out with Jackman and Sterling. Ethan Sterling trying to bring it in. Got to get around the defender, and that's not a tripping penalty as Sterling gets taken down. Now, not going their way for the officials in this game so far for Oshawa. They've had the first two penalties, and that could have been a Central Ontario penalty there that gets overlooked. In behind the goal goes Bathgate, knocking his man down. From in behind the net, trying to get around the defender is Blowen. As Blowen gets pinned into the boards on a 2-on-1. Trying to walk this out in front. Coming over to the side here, a chance for O'Shea. O'Shea to the other side looking for this shot. Here it is, fired wide of the net. Coming around the boards, kept in by O'Shea. O'Shea from the blue line now. Will drop it off to the side. Shot by Bathgate, goes high and wide. Kept in by Bonnyman at the line. Bonnyman saw the pressure, puts it down low for Court, who tried to get away from the defender. Drops it back for Bonnyman instead. Bonnyman now for Court. Court can't shoot, so he drops it back for Bonnyman again. Over here for O'Shea. Good pressure on here to try and tip it out, and they do. Right into Deegan, who's going to make that left pad save. Bonnyman picks up the loose puck now. Hard around the boards and chance to get it out is Boyven going off to the corner. Boyven with it in his own end starts this out. The lone goal scorer tries to start another rush here. Up through center, brings it in as he looks to drop it back to the side. Picked up by Oshawa and sent down the ice back into the corner as Deegan stops this behind his own goal. Good pressure on there behind the net as Bonnyman couldn't do anything with it. Riley Brandt did his job. Lennox out in front. Bartlett couldn't shoot on the pass. O'Shea taking this back up in his own end. That's a pass out in front. Nobody there. And the Navy sweater almost picked that up. LePage picking this back up in his own end. Elijah LePage with a chance to clear it out of his own end for Brandt. But he was pressured on there by Hensel at the Central Ontario bench. So put this back in. Here comes a lead pass for Naish. Bartlett got a part of his stick on it to tip it in. Now he tried to make his way around Hensel. Noah Lennox puts it on net. And that'll get covered up and held on to by Deegan. Face-off coming off to his right as he gets set in the goal. Jackman's going to take this draw for Oshawa. It's still loose. Owen Dobbs trying to pick that up. Dobbs backhanding it to the net. Jackman coming after it. Going off to the corner to try and win a battle. Gets it back to the blue line. Kobe Heyer. Shot. Block it away. Jackman on the rebound. Can't get his stick on it. Jackman again trying to get loose. Braden Davison pushes it off to the corner for Dobbs. Dobbs from behind the net. Walking out. Can't jam it in. Here comes a chance now. Braden Davison out in front. Taken away and fired high off the glass. Down the ice. And that's going to be a rolling puck and go for icing. Ethan Chapman now to take the draw. Sterling trying to hold that in. He'll take a hit. Coming around the boards here for Hutchings to try and hold it in. Along with Chapman on the other side, trying to get it back here to the blue line. It squeaks free and Fleming will backhand it away, getting it up here for Howard. Court couldn't make his way through, trying to get here for Hutchings. Bartlett couldn't get there on the other side, so it's Court trying to put it back in. From behind the net, over here for Sterling to try and get it out of his own end, got cut down by Bathgate. Back to the line for O'Shea. His shot is on net and finds the Oshawa Generals logo of Parker Shaw. Face-off is deep in the Oshawa end. Bathgate's going to take it, and Oshawa will change up their lines. In comes Riley Brandt to take this defensive draw. Noah Lennox will actually take it off to the right of Shaw. And he'll take it against Bathgate, trying to win an offensive draw, but Lennox wins it. It goes off to the corner. Court trying to dig that puck free off in the left corner. Naish will pick it up on his backhand to put it around the boards. Here comes a chance now with a lead pass through center for Riley Brandt. He's got to get around Bonnyman, and he couldn't get around him. From their own end, O'Shea was able to tip it away. Right back into the Wolves' end. Bonnyman coming after it in his own zone. Around the boards it goes against Bluen. Lennox tried to keep it alive, but here comes a chance by Howard to flip it away. Sterling put it back in, but Bonnyman cut it off before it hit the net. Here comes Howard getting his stick just on that to tip it into the Oshawa zone. Ethan Sterling from behind the net fires it around, and that is going to go for icing. Jackman now to take the draw deep in the Oshawa end. Around the boards for Dobbs, trying to tip it out past O'Shea. Here comes a chance for Davidson to try and tip it in. Behind their own goal, he scoops it up. Coming around the other side against Boyven, Jackman cuts it off. Coming around the boards here for O'Shea. Up through center, knocked down by Conlon Kennedy. Kennedy getting it over here to the side. Over here for Dobbs as he tried to bring it in with Jackman. That was going to be offside. From their own end, here is Boyven after it. Boyven dumping it deep behind the net it goes. Coming around to the other side now. Trying to tip it out. Here comes a chance with three coming in. Jackman trying to get around O'Shea and couldn't do it. But Jackman will follow O'Shea behind the net. Hit there into the corner, Braden Davison. Along with Jackman, trying to get it back here for Kennedy. A shot on net is going wide. Owen Dobbs is off on the left side. Dobbs back to the blue line. Higher, shot. Not going to get through. Dobbs again trying to get to the loose puck and couldn't do it. Here comes a chance for Ethan Chapman off in the corner. Dropping it off to the side to try and get around the defender. Chapman trying to get free behind the net, and now Bartlett scoops it up. Jacob Bartlett trying to get around Boyven behind the goal. Slapped out by Boyven. Not out of the zone, gets another chance. Not out of the zone. Kept in by Jacob Bartlett, but his pass is broken up. Hard off the glass. Down the ice, not enough for icing. Hires got to hustle though because he's got Bathgate on him. Because he had number 13 on him in the corner. This is going to be a stoppage in play. Face-off coming off to the left of the General's end. Bartlett hard off the boards. Knocked down by Bonnyman at center. Tried for a pass for O'Rourke. Was out of his reach. Here comes a chance now to put it in for Chapman, who puts it behind. And behind their own net goes Bonnyman. Now for O'Rourke. O'Rourke had Scott helping him out. Bonnyman with it now. Pass for O'Rourke is over his stick. Back into the Oshawa end it goes. It's not going to be enough for icing. Hutchinson is going to have to hurry because he had number 13 coming up after him. It's off in that corner now, coming around the boards. Bonnyman is going to keep this in from the face-off circle. Down low for Scott, and behind the goal, setting it up in front. Here comes a chance, and we're getting another Oshawa penalty coming up. Now the only 3 penalties have gone to Oshawa here. 2 minutes for head contact penalty. Another chance here for Central Ontario to extend their lead that they have at 1-0 right now. 3:10 left to go here in period number 2. Bathgate to take the draw deep in the Oshawa end. Bathgate walking out. It gets pushed off to the corner. Trying to clear this away and walk out. Back to the line for Bonnyman. Shot. Hitting a stick out of front. And gets swept wide out in front of the goal by Court. From behind the goal now. Picked up by Court, who puts it behind for Bathgate. Trying to jam it out in front. Nobody there. Bonnyman racing after the loose puck as that comes out. This is going down the ice. Past Hensel down the ice and into the corner. Face-off is off to the left of the Central Ontario end. Blown went for the hit behind the goal. Here comes a lead pass. Up through center comes Zach Nash trying to tip it in. Back and behind the net goes O'Shea after it now. O'Shea from behind his own net starts this out with a pass. Coming up through center to try and get around Blowen with Bathgate. As they pick it up, Bathgate's shot. Not going to get through. Kept in by Bonnyman from the line. Coming off to the side. 1 minute left to go on the penalty. Chance now for Court. Over here to the side. Back for Bonnyman again. Now it's picked up here by Bathgate. Trying to get it back to the line. He does. Bonnyman over here to the side for Bathgate. Backhand stopped there by Shaw. Chance to clear it out of his own end. Court and Bathgate trying to dig it free. One Oshawa General behind the net trying to keep it behind the goal and get a whistle, and he's going to get it. Face-off is off to the right of the Oshawa end. Here comes Fleming, not going to shoot. Over here to the side for Hensel as he pushes it off to the right end behind the goal, trying to walk this out from behind the net. He's got Fleming back at the line. It's not going to shoot. So it's now a chance for Fleming to shoot that. Couldn't pull the trigger. Here's O'Rourke or Bagshaw with it. Back down low. Bagshaw right in front. Couldn't convert from the side. Scooped up here again by Central Ontario as that's Howard to the side. That went over the stick of Hensel at the line and he tries to hold it in on his backhand. Off to the corner goes Howard as that goes behind the net. We're getting another penalty coming up in the corner for head contact. And it'll be the first Central Ontario penalty, and it's going to go to Howard for head contact. And with the penalty to the Generals over, now it's going to be their first power play of the game, trying to start something before the end of the second period. Off to the corner it goes. They got a man sitting at a foot. That's Riley Brandt. Goes back to the line now. Jackman over here to the side for Sterling. Oh, here comes Brandt. Back for Sterling. Back for Jackman. Jackman a shot. Gets blocked and out. Now it's Sterling with it. Ethan Sterling bringing it in over the line as he goes off to the corner against Fleming. Coming around the side here is Noah Lennox on the right end. Back for Jackman. Jackman for Lennox. Trying to get it back to the line. Sterling a shot. That gets caught out of the air by Deegan, who holds on to it. Lennox now to take this draw deep off to the left end. Trying to get it back to the line. He does. Jackman got it over here for Sterling. Ethan Sterling right to the front of the net, and Davidson couldn't tip. Jackman's going to try and hold it in. He does. It goes off to the left corner. Trying to win that battle is Jackman. They got to get that puck free. Central Ontario just trying to tie it up and get it out of their own end. Trying for one more shot on net. Sterling's going to go for it. Stopped by Deegan. And that is the final save of period number 2 as Central Ontario are going to take that 1-0 lead they grabbed in the first period to the dressing room to period number 3 when we come back after the intermission flood. Here we go for third period action from the Scugog Arena for this under 14 AAA game between Oshawa and Central Ontario. The penalty to Howard of Central Ontario will carry over to period number 3, which has 50 seconds left on it to work with for the Generals as Sterling starts it off. Behind the net it goes to start it off and behind the goal. Sterling back to the line for Jackman, who keeps it in. On the out-of-town score. Here comes a shot by Davidson. Getting scooped up there by Deegan. And the other score in this loop, Ajax knocked off Peterborough a little bit earlier, 4-1. So that drops Ajax that improves Ajax to 3-1. Here comes a chance now for Jackman to put it behind the net. Trying to walk this out from the corner. Back there for Jackman again. Walking it out right to the front on a tip. Stopped by Deegan on that redirection as he holds on to it. Face off to the left of the Central Ontario goal. Trying to win this draw as Deegan gets set. Jackman has control. Over here to the side. Shot on the one-timer. Can't get it through. Still loose from the side. Trying to get their stick on it. And Deegan pounces on it. Now it's going to be Noah Lennox to take this draw off to the left of the goal. Getting set in his net is Deegan. Behind the net, Bonnyman, hard around. Jackman cut it off at the wall. Tried to win the battle with Lennox. Is that going to get cleared out though? Here comes Sterling through center. Sterling waits for him to get onside and dumps it in. Flipped away through center comes Jackman now. Ethan Jackman through center ice, dumps it in. Bonnyman to the other side, out of the roots of O'Shea. As O'Shea puts it around the boards for Bonnyman again. Cord will knock it down. Here comes a chance now for Howard to flip it. Taken away here by Oshawa as they dump it back in. Behind the net goes Bonnyman to tip it around the boards for Howard, who gets a chance to clear as it's up in the air. Cleared out and sent down the ice. That is going for icing. Face-off is off to the right of Deegan, who gets set in the goal. It was Bagshaw and Chapman on the draw. From behind the net, trying to win the battle there was Chapman. He gets it taken away. Kept in by Davis. A shot on net is tipped. Stopped by Deegan. And once again, he corrals his own rebound as he steers it into his glove for another draw. Chapman now to take the draw deep in the central end. Bagshaw wins it. Nolan Lee behind the goal, puts it around the boards, knocked down as that intended pass was for Boyven. Behind the net goes Hinzo after it. Coming around the side. Here comes a chance to clear. Not going to happen. Chapman held it in. Behind the net, Lee is getting chased by Max Hutchings. Nobody there for the pass. And here comes a chance now to bring it in for Morse, who fires it in on net. That's just going to roll into Shaw, who holds on to it. Bagshaw now to take the draw deep off to the right of the Oshawa end. Right in front, Boyven shot. That got blocked. Out in front by Heyer. Heyer coming off to the side, trying to get it out. Boyven tried to knock his man off the puck here. That's back into the Oshawa end. Here comes a chance. Good play there by Morse to try and put pressure on. Tip back in there into the corner by O'Rourke as they try and pick up this loose puck. Coming around the boards here for a chance to tip it out, and he does. Bonnyman, the only one back here for Central Ontario, is both him and Bluin went sliding into the boards behind the net. Around the boards, LePage trying to hold it in, he does. Behind the net it goes now for Boyven to try and clear it. But Lennox is on him. Back to the line for Conlon Kennedy, who held it in. Behind the net goes Elliot Bluin now. Bluin had Fleming all over him, and Boyven tried to get it out. And Boyven does clear it from their own end. That is LePage over here to the other side for Conlon Kennedy. Kennedy back for LePage as they look for an open lane. Gets it over here to the side, and in comes Jackman to try and cut three. Jackman shot, right pad stopped there by Deegan. Not out. Kept in by LePage, who shoots one to the net. It's not going to make it through. Tried to keep it in again, and he does. Right off to the corner. Dobbs trying to win the battle behind the net. along with Jackman, who tried to take the body. Jackman lets his Sterling come in and hold the line. Dobbs as Davidson's got it. Braden Davidson right in front. Jackman had it on his feet, couldn't shoot. Has it again. Getting some help with Davidson behind, now finally taken away by O'Rourke, but couldn't get it out. O'Rourke with another opportunity now. He'll dump this one down the ice, and it'll go for icing. Face-off now is off to the left of the Central Ontario goal from behind the net. Trying to win this battle behind the goal. Dobbs is trying to get to that loose puck as well. Dobbs is walking it out. Right out in front, trying to get a shot on net and could not do it. Hard off the boards and out down the ice. That is going to have enough to go for icing. Jackman now to take the draw deep in the Central Ontario end. Off to the side goes Dobbs. Henzo hits him into the boards. From behind the net on the left-hand side. Trying to win this from behind the goal. Jackman is digging away at it to try and help get it free. Zach Nacia's shot is going way wide. Sterling trying to hold it in, he does. Behind the net. Here comes a chance now. Coming after it on the left-hand side behind the goal. There's a hit in behind the net. Walking it out though is Davidson. Back to the blue line. Here comes a shot on net. Tipped wide. Jackman scooping it up. Off the ricochet. Jackman turns it over though. Here comes a chance back up the other way now. As that was Mador trying to get to it. Scott tried to hold it in and could not do it. Bathgate now to take the draw here against Ethan Chapman, and Chapman wins it. Over here to the side was Sterling, or Hutchings trying to keep it in. Cowart had it on his feet, drops it for O'Shea. Back up here for Howard, who tips it in. Kobe Hire. Behind the net he goes against Bathgate. Emerson Davis trying to win it on the other side. That's trying to get kept in, and it does by O'Shea. Trying to get to this loose puck and get it out. Here comes a chance now to bring it up over the line for Ethan Chapman. Some nice miss, Chapman! Blocker save there by Deegan. Here comes a chance back up the other way. Bathgate brings it in. He's trying to get around higher, and that's not going to work. In behind the net it goes. Right in front, it hits the side of the net and gets covered up there by Shaw. Back Shaw now to take the draw off to the right of the Oshawa end. Back for Fleming. Knocked down and flipped out past Fleming. Here comes Max Hutchings coming after the puck. Hutchings tried to win the battle behind the goal. Hit into the boards behind the net, and that's going to be a penalty coming to Henzo in behind the goal. 2 minutes for boarding to Henzo on the hit on Hutchings behind the net. So the second straight power play now for Oshawa as they look to get on the board here. Jackman has control. Jackman shot. Hit a player right in front, went high behind the goal. Trying to get this back to the blue line now for Sterling. It'll come off to the side now. And here comes a chance for Jackman. Jackman walking out, pass! Shot is stopped there by Deegan, who came across and made the stop. Noah Lennox now to take the draw here for Oshawa. They win it cleanly back to the line. Jackman picking it up. Jackman shot through a screen, knocked down. Trying to pick this up here is Sterling again. Drops it back for Brand, who took his spot at the line. Brandt goes off to the corner. Trying to walk this out in front for Noah Lennox. Taken away by Central and sent down the ice. Parker Shaw's got to leave this behind his own net. And it's Jackman who's coming behind to scoop it up. Ethan Jackman through center, starts it in. Trying to start this rush on his own is Jackman. Getting around the defender right to the front of the net, then finally loses it. Kept in by Brandt. Riley Brandt right to the front of the net, tipped in wide. Chance to clear for Howard, and he'll clear it. Parker Shaw leaving this behind the goal again for Jackman. Jackman's pass for Brandt is up through center. Riley Brandt takes a pass and now comes up over the line. Brandt's got to get around Nolan Lee here for a chance. Shot hit the side of the net. Trying to jam this in from the other side of the net. Brandt to the side. Riley Brandt with the puck out in front. Jackman coming in. Shot! Stopped there by Deegan. Face-off is coming off to his left now. Trying to get it back here for Zach Nash. Tip past him and down the ice. All the way back into the corner. Emerson Davis has Mador on him. Has to get it tipped away from him. Kept in by Scott at the line. 15 seconds left to go on the penalty to Henzo as that's behind the net. Elliot Bluin picks that up. Bluin trying to go with some speed. He's getting around Medor but loses the puck. Through center was Medor. Max Hutchings lifted his stick. Here comes O'Shea to dump it in. That does it for the penalty to Hensel. Behind the net it goes. Trying to get this from out of his own end and tip it out. Kept in here by Cowart. Cowart gets his knocked off the puck, but he stays alive. Shot from the line got blocked. Trying to get to that loose puck there was Bluin as he dumps it in. Behind the net it goes for icing. Bathgate to take the draw here for Central. Wins it back for Fleming. Off to the side for Conlon Kennedy, who puts it around the corner. Hensel trying to keep it in here on the other side against Riley Brandt. Brandt and Bathgate going off to the corner to try and win this battle. For each of their team, kept in here at the line by Howard. Behind the net it goes for Elijah LePage. Over here for Bartlett to try and tip it out. Noah Lennox tried to bat it away, and he does, getting it out through center. Conlon Kennedy coming back after it in his own end. Kennedy, that's knocked down by Hensel, who sends one to the net. Backhand going wide by Bathgate. Scooped up by Cowart again. Right in front of the net for Howard. He's not going to get there as it gets covered up by Shaw. Back Shaw now to take the draw for Central Ontario in the offensive end against Jackman, who wins it. Davis slaps it around. Davidson scoops this up. Brayden Davidson with a pass for Owen Dobbs. He's not going to get through. But he's got Bonnyman over there. Jackman as well. Higher tried to keep it in. He did. Des tried to do it again and does also. Dobbs putting it to the corner where Bonnyman came after it. Davidson out in front. Trying to jam this in from the side of the net. And we'll get a whistle. Face-off is off to the right of the goal. Jackman tried to win the draw. Dobbs as well, trying to pick this up. Up through center it comes. Here comes Kobe Higher. Through center ice, dumps it in. Higher putting it in behind the net. Dobbs coming after it against O'Shea on the other end. Dobbs tried to throw it up in front here. Jackman was waiting for a pass. Taken away here by Boyven. Big hit there by Higher, and that's going to cost him a penalty. So Central Ontario again gets a chance on their power play here to look for their extension goal. O'Shea back to the line for Bonnyman. Off to the side now for Bathgate. Shot is going wide. O'Shea coming in from the line. Coming around the side here for a chance for Bathgate. Takes it off him and tipped out. Bonnyman coming after the puck. Bluin going after it as well behind the goal. Bluin and Bonnyman trying to pick up that loose puck. Bluin out in front. Over the stick and picked up now by Dobbs. Owen Dobbs is off on that left corner. He's getting tag team there by some Central Ontario players. Here comes a chance to shoot that. Stopped there by Deegan, who drops it off there for O'Shea. From their own end. O'Shea with a late pass up through center comes Boyven. As he tried to squeak his way through, Boyven gets around Nacius Will. Boyven from behind the net now. Trying to set it up from the side. Stopped there by Parker Shaw from the left side of the net. Boyven scooping it up. Boyven trying to get to this loose puck. Shot on net. Stopped right to the front of the goal as that's going to go in wide. Scooped up here again by Bathgate. Bathgate will come to the side against Bluin. Bathgate walking out on his own shot. Right past save. And the rebound gets swept in at the front of the net to make it 2-0 for Central Ontario. So the penalty to Higher is costly on that hit at center ice. Winds up being a penalty, and Central Ontario cash in and now have a 2-0 lead. Howard puts that behind the net for Kennedy coming around the side. Bartlett tried to keep it in, kept in though by number 27, as that is Morse putting it behind the net. LePage coming after it on the other side. Hensel as well was over there. Hutchings couldn't get to it. Knocked down by LePage in his own end. Picked off there on the other end. Trying to pick up this puck on a backhand to the front of the goal. Stopped and cleared out of danger. Bartlett will put it behind the net again. Max Hutchings coming after it to try and tip it out of his own zone. Against Hensel. Knocked down here by Bagshaw. Bagshaw with a backhand to the front of the net. Knocked down by Kennedy behind the net as Morse was coming after him. Right in front, that hit a stick. Coming over here to the side for Hutchings. Max Hutchings through center. Tried to tip it in, but that's going back in behind the net again. And going for icing. Parker Shaw's gone to the bench for the extra attacker. Here comes a shot on net going wide. Trying to clear this out. Knocked down by Brand, who puts it off to the corner. In behind the net it goes now on the left-hand side to try and keep it in there with Blowen. Right in front of the net. Jackman trying to get to it. Right in front of the net. Can't get a stick on it. From the side. Trying to jam it in, and Deegan's got it. Lennox now to take the draw against Bathgate. Here in the Central Ontario end, wins it. Back over here for O'Shea to put it around the boards for Howard. Not getting it out. Davidson taking it behind the net. Coming around the boards for Blowen to keep it in. Behind the net goes Hutchings after that puck. Trying to set it up and go back to the blue line. Here comes a chance. Sterling shot. Stop. Rebound. From the side, trying to jam it in. Couldn't do it. And that comes out. It's going to roll all the way down the ice and hit the post. All the way out of the zone now. Trying to come up through center with Braden Davidson. Davidson, shot. Not going to get through. After it again behind the goal. Going to get kept in here by Elliot Blowen. Blowen to the front of the net on a redirection. Can't get a stick on it. Right from the side. They can't get their stick on it from the side of the goal. And Deegan will corral it. Face-off was off to the right of the Central Ontario end. Coming around the boards here for Court to try and tip it out. Now it's alive here on the other end by Ethan Sterling. Lennox takes it off to the left end. From behind the goal, coming around here for Jackman, who went in a battle against Howard. Last minute of play here of the third period. Around the boards, gets kept in by Elliot Blowen. A shot on net, isn't going to get through. Kept in again by Ethan Sterling. Hutchings behind the net along with Brandt. Riley Brandt gets it back to the blue line and out, as Blowen couldn't hold it in. Blowen dumping it back in, hit the linesman. Off the boards and tipped out. Blowen's got that puck again. Over here now for Max Hutchings up over the line. Hutchings to the front of the net, and it goes in wide. Here comes a chance now, hitting his man into the boards, and Howard will fire it away. Sterling through center, scoops it up and gets it over here to the other side for Hutchings, who tried to dump it in. Put back in behind the net it goes as it goes for icing. Lennox now to take the draw deep into the central end. Fleming behind the goal. Getting double team behind the net with Chapman and Lennox. And now we'll get tagged up for a face-off. So those odds just became tougher and tougher now with the Ajax win, because now the Generals have dropped themselves to 1-3. That's behind the net, and a hit after the game in behind the goal as both teams hit each other into the boards in behind the net. With the player down in behind the goal, we'll stop the video at this. We're going to have another game for Oshawa. They've only got 2 more left now on their schedule, and those games are going to be coming up against Peterborough with a home game Tuesday, and then traveling to Peterborough next Saturday night. Thank you for watching. I'm the voice of MJ Broadcasting, Mike Jackman.